Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics.
Sorry, Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners and Jermaine Kearse.
Cliff Averill.
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you on this Wednesday, middle of the week. Seahawks NFL offseason, but always interesting stories going on. How's everybody doing? Nice to see everybody joining in on tonight's Ask Norb episode. I see in the live chat we got Dylan the Best, Andrew Armorman 2.0.9, Vitaly Seahawks fan R22, Graham Peebles, Weapon X. Welcome to the show. As I always do every week on Wednesdays, I've got call-ins that you guys want to talk and chit-chat a little bit for the next, about 45 minutes, hour or so. Call in at 515-739-1219 and enter the code 696153, and you can join in, and I'll try to get as many calls as possible. I'm going to try to set a time limit here and keep it to just football-related stuff because I hate it when I can't get to you guys as much as I want to. So let's make this thing happen. So, yeah, the chat is blowing up. It's great to see you guys here. So I wanted to start off with a talk about this possible Russell Wilson trade. I don't know if you guys have been kind of watching the headlines floating out there, but there was a story out there of this potential trade of Russell Wilson. Now, you might think that's just crazy. What the heck is people talking about? Are they out of their minds? Maybe a little bit, but it's also a desperately slow time of the year where there's not a whole lot of NFL news going on, so people have to kind of create some news, to get that going on. But where this came from was Seahawks GM John Schneider attended the pro day of one of the up-and-coming college quarterbacks. Forgot his name. You guys probably know. But because of that, Russell Wilson's people apparently called the Seahawks to say, is there anything we need to know about this? Why are you checking out upcoming quarterbacks when, we are the, franchise guy right here? Why would you be calling around to check this guy out? So, we can only speculate as to what the reason why they're thinking about that. There's always got to be kicking the tires, checking out what's coming up. So, anybody's got a price. Personally, I think they would be crazy to consider trading Russell Wilson. But we also have to consider this very harsh reality, which is that in 2 years, Russell Wilson would be up for a new contract. And at the time he signed his a few years ago, it was one of the more lucrative ones in the NFL at about a little over $20 million a year. But as we have seen, that contract level for quarterbacks keeps going up and up. And the most recent one was the blockbuster contract given by the Vikings to what's his name? Formerly with the Redskins. Why am I blanking on this? You know what I'm talking about. Quarterback, help me out there in the chat. On the tip of my tongue, Redskins. Anyway, he got a $84 million contract, 3 years, making it about the range of $28 million a year, and Kirk Cousins, there you go. $28 million a year, but the main thing about that is fully guaranteed. That's the first fully guaranteed contract we've seen so far. So he hit the jackpot on that one. So it goes without saying that, just a moment ago, Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers had their richest contract. That lasted about a month. And then Kirk Cousins, and soon there's going to be somebody else. Namely, I think that the next quarterbacks who are going to make some money is going to be Matt Ryan from the Falcons. Then, of course, you got Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. He's due for a payday. And Russell's got his coming up in a couple more years. Someone's going to break that $30 million a year mark very soon, which means by the time Russell gets to his in a couple of years, who knows where the level might be. It might be $35 million a year guaranteed. And so, if this continues to spiral out of control, well, every team's got to think about, how much resources can they give to one player, But I personally hope that they keep Russell around. I think he's our franchise quarterback, past, present, and future. I hope he stays and plays for us for 15 years and well into his 40s, and he retires as a Seahawk and never plays for another team. That's my personal feeling. But there's going to be a lot of stories like that talking about, that sort of contract, that sort of, trade potential, should an impasse come, or, discussions about contract. Kind of like what we're going on with Earl Thomas right now. He hasn't been offered the extension yet. There's a lot of speculation that Earl Thomas is still being shopped around. And we won't really know until we get to, basically the training camp in the summer as to whether he will officially really be a Seahawk moving forward, should they choose to renegotiate his contract as he's entering into his final year. It's very possible that maybe in the draft, which is coming up in a couple weeks, that maybe the Seahawks could throw him into a trade during the draft itself to kind of throw themselves into a position, to try to, wherever their plan might be, use him as a bargaining chip. Again, I hope Earl Thomas does not go anywhere. Of the players of the team that we've had of the last 5 years that is now slowly being dismantled, I hope Russell Wilson and Earl Thomas are two of the pieces that continue to go forward from this point on. So that's just my thought. Hopefully that's all just a bunch of talk, but we're going to be looking at that for the next couple of years, being that, Russell Wilson in the next 2 years is going to be a lot of speculation about his contract as we get closer to that renegotiating part, which will really be after this year, because they always tend to renegotiate, extend their deals a year before it actually expires. So anyway, that's what we got going on there. But let's check out the phone lines here, see who we got on the line. We got lots of people on the line here. I'm going to go over to the first caller got on the line here. Let's go to Brandon over in Minneapolis. Brandon, what's going on, man? Are you on the line? What's up? Hold on a second. Oh, I got you all muted. Hold on a second. All right, technical difficulties, folks. Nope, that looks right. Okay. No Brandon on the line? All right, still working out this, working out the details here. Brandon, are you there? You're not there. Oh, that's great. That's just fantastic. Let's see if I can get this working out here. That should be going. I'm not sure what's going on with the problem with the line at the moment. Hang on, guys, while I figure this out. We, of course, have the draft coming up. I will be doing a kind of a draft special coming up in the next, next week. I'm going to start talking about draft, do a little bit of mock draft thing, something I haven't really done before, and just kind of see what we might want to be looking for in this first round, and as we pick it at number 18 and see what we got. So let me try this again. Hold on, y'all. I apologize. Oh, maybe it's because of this. Okay, I think I got it going on.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com.
Okay.
There are 6 participants in the conference.
All right, lady, shut up. Brandon, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, Norb?
There he is. All right, sorry about the technical holdup. What's going on your mind, man?
Yeah, nothing much, man. I mean, I heard about John Snyder at the workout, but I mean, that's pretty much it. I wasn't that much concerned because Russell's the franchise quarterback, and I mean, we pay him all this money, so I mean, why is there to be a concern?
Yeah, well, I mean, he did account for practically 90% of the offensive scores last year, with the exception, I think, of one J.D. McKissick run that was a touchdown. Every other score we had last year was pretty much offensively. Wilson had a hand in it, so it's kind of hard to deny his greatness. So, yeah, I'd be surprised if he'd go anywhere. But you never know. We never thought Richard Sherman would not be a Seahawk, right? So, stranger things have happened. Plus, you never know what Russell Wilson is going to want. But I would like to believe that he's, wants to be a Seahawk for life. From the moment he was drafted, he talked about how he pulled before the draft. Him and his former wife was sitting there, had all the teams in a hat, pulled in, pulled a name out of the hat, and they said, whichever team I'm going to pick here, this is the team that's going to draft me and I'm going to be with. And he pulled the Seahawks out of the hat. And sure enough, he ends up going to the third round of the Seahawks, and I'd like to think he really wants to stay and be here. So hopefully they'll get that all worked out.
Yeah. And Norb, for
confident.
draft-wise, I think we should trade up in the draft because we got the 18th pick, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we're kind of far down. I mean, all the good players are going to get drafted top 10, so I feel like we should get, like, the 9 or 10 pick. I just feel like to get better players than the 18th.
Well, how would you propose moving up in the draft? giving one of our very, precious draft picks, or trading a player along with the...
I say we could trade like the 18th pick and maybe... We don't have second round picks, right? Yeah, we don't. Maybe a third and a fourth rounder, maybe. And then we get up to like maybe we could like trade with the Niners or the Raiders, get like the 10th or the 9th, I guess. But I just feel like we need to trade up to get a better player than what we would probably get the 18th spot. But I mean...
Well, and do you have a particular player in mind that you feel like will be gone at before 18 that you have your mind on? You have your targets on?
Well, I want that DB Minxick Fitzpatrick, but he's probably going to go with the 49ers, so that's why I kind of want to get him, so then the Niners don't have him. But I mean...
I see. So, conventional wisdom says we should draft an offensive lineman or get a running back or maybe a pass rusher, but you're talking... Do you say defensive back?
Yeah, defensive back. I mean, just the defense. I mean, I still feel like we should focus on offensive line, but just trade up. If we trade up, I'll just be happy. That's it. That's all I want.
That's going to be the interesting thing. Will they trade up, take it at 18, or trade down and try to get more draft picks? So we got a big hole between 1 and I think we're going to trade again. We have a big gap in that 2, 3, 4 area. So. Well, we'll see. It's going to be fun. 2 weeks. I'm hoping to live stream. I'm not sure if the Seahawks are doing a draft party this year. I've been to the draft party over at CenturyLink the last couple of years now. Not sure if they're doing one. I haven't seen a notice, but hopefully we'll find out. Hear something in the next few days. If I'm going to be there for that, I'll definitely be streaming it live from the party. We'll find some fun place to do the first round of the draft. So, we'll see what happens. We're going to know soon enough. All right, man. Well, thanks for calling. I'm going to try to keep this thing moving, get to as many calls as possible, but I appreciate hearing from you again, as always, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You betcha. Take it easy. Go Hawks. All right. I'm going to, let's see. Let's go to, I didn't get to talk to her last time. Let's go to Anita. We didn't get a chance to chat last time. Anita over in Spokane. I got to see you in person. Anita, how's it going?
What's up, Norb?
What's up, Anita? It was great seeing you in Spokane the other weekend.
It was awesome. It was awesome meeting you. I'll tell you what, you don't look your age, though. You look a lot, like 20 years younger.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I cannot believe you're going to be 49. There's no way. But, hey, I'm educated about the Hawks today. You're going to be surprised. So what do you think about the Dante Johnson pickup?
Yeah, you know what? I have had my head buried in the sand trying to catch up on work, so you're actually breaking some news to me. I've been a little bit out of the loop, so why don't you tell me what you know?
Cornerback for the Winers. We picked him up today.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. You look cornerback
77 tackle. Yeah, I'm really educated today.
Yeah.
77 tackles last year.
All
7
right.
defensive passes.
Look at you.
6. And he's only 26 years old.
Yeah, so the Niners get our Sherman, and then we get theirs. So interesting.
Yeah, what's up with that? See, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, how much did we pay for him?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got to look up that deal. You don't have the value of that pickup there. Was it a free agency pickup?
No.
We'll have to do some research on that. Interesting. If anybody knows, put it up in the chat what they know about this pickup that we got of the 49ers today. Cornerback. What was the name? Dante?
Yeah, you black your chat, your whole screen, your whole YouTube. You disappeared on me. It was just like a blank screen saying this.
Well, I saw that. I saw that. There was an error. I don't know. I got some kind of 49ers people trying to sabotage my feed or something, but glitched out for a second. But it's back now.
I know there's people in the chat that are saying Earl Thomas is dead, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, no, I see Vitaly Seahawks fan R22. Earl Thomas didn't die. He just crashed his 2001 Honda Civic. Oh, what's that? What's that supposed to mean? Come on now. He's got lots of gas.
I see Patrick. I see Patrick typing in the chat. I noticed that Patrick and the other guy, I can't remember his name. I want to say Jared.
Oh, the other.
They weren't down at the They weren't down at the convention center with me.
I know. we could have had a 3-for-1. Meet everybody at the same time, but. Oh well, that's
you
all
missed
right.
out. I even got a priceless NorbCam souvenir.
That's right. Autographed NorbCam socks, baby. Woo! It was fun.
Actually, I got autographed NorbCam socks from you, and you autographed my Seahawks shirt.
That's right. That was fun. I'm glad you got to come down. You didn't get to see my girls play. They did very admirably well, but it was great to catch up with you and see you in person finally. So sure it won't be the last time. I'm sure we'll be going to Spokane much more in the future here since I got family over there. Plus volleyball seems to drag me out that way too. So, well, cool. Thank you for the breaking news update.
And you didn't bring Chrysostom with you.
I didn't? Oh yeah.
No.
What's up with that? Why'd you bring me along?
I don't
need
know.
to be in the limelight. Come on.
He needs to bring you out more.
You're right. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to give him a more... Now that we've got this renewed rivalry between the Seahawks and the 49ers, trust me, the Chrysostom will be making much more appearances. And I think bringing back the Rivals episodes on a much more regular basis. I can't wait to see that. So that's going to be awesome. Starting off.
Is your friend going to do that with you again?
Which friend? Yeah, it's just gonna be me and Chrysostom.
Dino.
Oh, Dino. Oh, yeah.
Chrysostom and Dino.
Yeah, get Dino back in the fold. Yeah, for sure. And probably 80s Broncos fan, even though we're not really rivals, but just for grins. All right,
when
Anita.
was the last time you did one of those videos?
Yeah, well, I did the one last year. Kind of did a little rehash of the Falcons versus Chrysostom, a Falcons fan. But yeah, I need to get some new material. It's overdue for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Check it out. Anyway, Anita, I'm going to keep it going. I want to get to a lot of calls before I got to break off here. So I wanted to say thank you again for meeting up with me.
I am glad to have met you. Check out the info on Dante Johnson.
Dante Johnson, will do.
He's our cornerback now.
All right, we'll do.
From the Whiners, but it sounds like he's pretty good. So.
All right, well, we'll see. If nothing else, it's some depth. Hopefully we didn't pay too much to get him. So, all right, thanks, Anita. We'll talk to you later, all right? Take
care, Norb.
Go Hawks. Woo! All right. Yeah, see, keep the show moving. Keep the show moving along. All right, let me go to, I'm going to go to Rohan, 49ers fan down in California, because I think I missed it last time. Rohan, what's going on, man? What's happening?
It feels good. It's been a while. I was on spring break last week.
Yep, I know a few people were on spring break last week. My kids are on spring break this week. So, yeah, what's new, man? What can you tell me about Dante Johnson?
Oh, right.
And what's that noise? It sounds like you're sitting on your phone.
Said that he was pretty good. No. The reaction to that is a hysterical laugh. He's not pretty good. It's basically the same as having no corner there.
I see. Okay. And how can you quantify that?
He had a pick six, and that was his only interception of the year.
Okay. All right.
So I'm pretty happy that we got rid of him. We didn't really need him. He was worse than the other starting cornerbacks that we have now. I mean, we have Richard Sherman to replace him, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, right, we got him from you guys.
Okay, so from a completely objective standpoint, this Dante Johnson has nothing of value to contribute to the Seahawks secondary, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know who that... Let's see. You guys have that Griffin guy. And what's his other name?
Shaq Griffin.
Like that?
And he's not just that other guy. He's quite the stud at the cornerback position. So.
Well, I'm talking about what is his name? Deshaun Shedd or something.
No, Deshaun Shedd left. So Deshaun Shedd's no longer there.
Actually, now I see why you guys need him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know baseball season started, but you're probably not watching another last place finish for the Mariners in the making.
Well, currently we're in third place, and of course it's so early in the season as we were only 14 games into the season or something like that. But hey, man, we'll see. We beat the your San Francisco team last week.
Hey, I'm a Giants fan. Okay, I'm from San Fran. I'm a Giants fan, and what happened the very next day?
Oh yeah, so you got a few runs on us. I know. You guys, your offense woke up against us.
Even years, man. Even years. I love those posters downstairs I have.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, also looking at your setup, I think should I move all of my San Francisco Giants posters and 49ers posters up to my room. So that way they're visible during my live streams.
Hey, man, whatever floats your boat, bro. You know, if you want to tote your San Francisco Giants team, you know, go for it, man. Why not?
Yep.
Until they start losing, then
anyway,
you take them down.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, thank you for that very in-depth and objective scouting report on Dante Johnson. I appreciate that. It's good to know that we basically got nothing.
Okay.
I will take that with a grain of salt and then do my own research and find out how he really did last year. So,
okay.
But thank you for that. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna keep this thing rolling on. I appreciate you checking in. For our local 49er fan. I'm sure we'll be talking much more during the course of this year, as we will be certainly having some interesting games coming up. So I would say best of luck to you, but I really don't wish it. So let's just say it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Same here.
All right. Get out of here. All right, later. Okay, let's keep this thing rolling. I want to talk to somebody from the 757. What's happening? Who's this and where are you calling from?
What's good? This is Anton. I had called you the week before last from Virginia.
Yeah, you're from where again?
I'm from Newport News.
From where?
From Newport News.
All right. What's happening? What's on your mind today?
You hear me? Nothing. Just saw. I saw that pickup earlier that that we had got from the 49ers.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay too much attention. It wasn't really a big name, but I had been seeing all this week about our GM going to the I don't remember which quarterback it was, but I remember seeing him going to their pro day, and I was like, that was really type unnecessary because we got top 5 quarterbacks in the league, so what are we gonna do with with him? It's not like we were in the Patriots situation where we have a 40-year-old quarterback and then we just drafted one, you know what I'm saying? Russell still has a lot of years, so I thought it was kind of shady.
Yeah. It's but you it's the job of any GM's got to, kick the tires, checking on things, no matter what, even if it doesn't seem like a position of need. So, I don't fault him for doing it. Just, you can look around, just as long as you're not planning to actually, do any purchases, but who's to, plus we still got an unknown backup quarterback situation. You just never know what it is. But I think what it was, here it is. I was looking it up. So John Schneider had attended the pro days for USC's Sam Darnold and Wyoming's Josh Allen. Those are the two that sparked the discussion. Why is he going around checking out these other quarterbacks? So
I don't think Sam Darnold. I think he's trash. I don't care what nobody says. I don't think he's going to be good.
I hear that a lot. Yet I think he's expected to go, if not number 1, number 2. It's going to be interesting if who's going to that Cleveland Browns getting the number 1, and then the Giants getting number 2, and then you got New York Jets at number 3. All 3 of those teams could be, definitely jockeying for a quarterback position or shock everybody, and maybe not. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I just don't think
for real.
Seattle's got no
for real. The Browns, the Browns, they should not I think they should get Saquon with the first pick, and then get that defensive end with the 4th, and then maybe if Lamar Jackson slides down, they should pick up Lamar Jackson. I think they should. That's what the Browns should do.
Yeah, but what about Barkley's still there? Isn't that his name, Saquon Barkley? The running back?
Yeah, but if he doesn't, he's going to be either the number 1 or the 2 pick, because if the Browns don't get him, then the Giants are definitely 100% going to get him, because they need a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hey, I got to shout out Juan Truth 1010 over in the chat. Signed up on a super chat, which I appreciate. I wanted to know about the rumor of Wilson being traded. We talked about that a little bit just now. John Schneider making his appearance at the pro days for Sam Darnold and Josh Allen, the up-and-coming quarterbacks in this year's draft, and Russell Wilson's people were a little bit like, John, what are you doing, man? Why are you checking out quarterbacks when you got Russell Wilson? What's up with that? So of course sparked rumors that maybe is it possible in 2 years when his contract's up, will they be going separate ways with Russell Wilson? I doubt it. Just makes for a good, interesting, sexy story. But yeah, we'll see in about a year and a half where that story's at. But hopefully not. Hopefully Russell's here to stay for a long time. But who do you think we should get? Who do you think the Seahawks should get in the draft? I'm not ready to talk draft myself. I still have to do more research. But what do you got your eye on?
Either Shaquem Griffin.
Yeah, Shaquem Griffin.
I think I wouldn't care if we traded out of the first round because I don't think this draft is just not like there's not that many stars in it, you know, that we should trade up. I wouldn't care if we traded down. But I would like to get Shaquem Griffin so he can play outside linebacker. And then KJ Wright is getting old, so he can end up eventually taking KJ Wright's spot in a few years.
That would be awesome. I don't know how they can pull it off. I would love to see Shaquem Griffin. Can you imagine the story? Can you imagine how cool that would be to have Shaquille and Shaquem Griffin both playing, two brothers playing side by side, you know, making up the new identity for the Seahawks. I mean, just you just don't see twin, brothers playing on a team very often. And then to add to that, the fact that he doesn't have a hand, yet it hasn't stopped him from making such an impact in the NFL or in the football game. And just the guy is fast, So I would love to see that guy flying around the end, making tackles.
If we had him, we'd have like the fastest linebacker because Bobby Wagner almost ran a 4.4 himself.
Yeah,
that's when he ran his 40. We had some. They'd be flying.
I would not be upset if the Seahawks overpicked or picked high to get him. As much as I feel like they got to get an offensive lineman and a running back, I wouldn't be upset if they got him first. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind if we don't pick a running back until like the later rounds. I think we good with what we got right now.
Yeah.
I think we need to get like our line straight up because no matter who you put behind your offensive line, unless it's Barry Sanders, if you can't block nobody, it's going to be the same result for every single running back.
That's
no
very
matter
true.
Who it is.
That's true. We got to get that line. That's why I feel like they got at least somewhere in this draft. They got to get a lineman and a running back. It doesn't have to be number one. But they've got to get one in there somewhere. But yeah, Shaquem Griffin would be pretty dang awesome. So, all right, man, I'm going to get to some other calls, but I appreciate you calling in, man, as always.
I appreciate it.
All right, take it easy, Anton. Talk to you later. Go Hawks. All right, let's go to Nicholas over in Tacoma. Nicholas, what's happening, man? Welcome to the show.
What's up, NorbCam?
What's up, Nicholas? What's happening?
Well, first off, I'd like to say thank you for making my day cheer up.
Oh, what was wrong with your day today?
Well, I got a little bit upset because my sister actually, went to Vancouver, Washington, and she won't be back until June.
Oh, what's she doing over in Vancouver?
To Vancouver. It took her 2 hours to get there.
Oh. Yeah. Well, at least she's not leaving the country or anything, so I'm sure you'll see her sooner than later. So hope that all works out for her. But hey, man, you got a Seahawks question on your mind?
I think so.
Yeah, what's up? What do you got?
Well, first off, I actually really hope that the Seahawks don't trade Wilson or Rawls soon.
Wilson or who?
My favorite player, Thomas Rawls.
I hate to break it to you, but he's already gone. You didn't know about that?
Who?
Thomas Rawls. Thomas Rawls is now a New York Jet.
Oh, so I guess I'm going to have to go for a different player.
Yeah. Well, you could still root for him. It's just you'd be rooting for a different team, But he will not be a Seahawk this year. So sorry to break that news to you. I remember you telling me last time that Thomas Rawls is your favorite guy. He was my favorite. I was rooting for him big time, but yeah, unfortunately, didn't work out. You could tell the writing on the wall last year, the way that they limited his carries and just didn't give him a whole lot of chances to try to make it in. Wasn't going to work out very well. So, yeah, unfortunately, Thomas Rawls no longer Seahawk. Maybe someday if something works out, maybe he'd find himself back here. But something tells me he's going to have some success over in New York and show once again that for some reason when players leave us, they do better when they get to other teams. Go figure. But yep. Anyway.
And well, I also actually didn't have any school today. Do you know why?
Spring break.
No, I got off of spring break last week.
Oh. You're playing hooky then.
There was a gas leak in my school's kitchen.
Jeez. Well, that's not good. So they evacuated? Y'all got to go home?
Not quite. I go to Spanaway Middle School, but, well, we actually went to that place over by Spanaway Park, where they have the baseball field.
All right.
And I also went to the school which is next to my school, and that's Thompson Elementary.
So bottom line, though, is you didn't have to go to your regular school. You have to go through regular classes, thanks to the gas leak.
Yeah, and, well, maybe I might go back to my regular school tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, let's just hope they got the leak figured out before you go back there. That leaky gas, not something you want to mess around with, for sure. So, all right, man, I'm going to keep the calls rolling because I got to get out of here by 7, which is in 20 minutes. I got a few more to get to, so I'm going to let you go, man. But I hope everything works out with your sister. Hope everything works out at your school and they get the gas all fixed up. And we'll talk again soon, all right? And go Thomas Rawls.
All right, go Hawks.
Go Hawks, too. All right, later. Okay, Nicholas, always with the interesting updates with his life down there in the Vancouverish area. Let's go to Joey over in Everett, see if we can bring some Seahawks talk to this discussion. What's up, Joey? What's going on?
What up, Norb?
Tell me you got some football to talk about here.
I do. It's about the schedule for you guys.
All right. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Eagles fan?
Yeah, but I might as well talk Seahawks for one.
That's right. I remember. I got to make a note here that you're the Eagles guy. Okay. All right. So what's up? What do you got?
So, my new predicted record for you guys.
Here we go.
I'm going to say home record. I'm going to say 4-4.
Okay.
And away, I'm going to say maybe at best, maybe you guys go undefeated.
Ooh.
Maybe undefeated on the road.
I wouldn't mind that. That would be 12-4.
So good 12-4 record.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting a much more pessimistic outlook, but I like that. I'll take 12-4 every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Who would be?
I'm taking losses against.
I'm sorry. Say again.
I'm taking division losses. I'm going to say the Niners beat us at home, but we beat them in their house, so trade off.
All right.
The Cardinals, we beat them in their house. They beat us in our house because that happened last year. Because Blair Walsh doesn't know how to make a damn field goal for his life.
Yes, but that's not going to happen this year. Oh, by the way, speaking of kickers, if I hadn't mentioned, the Seahawks had a visit yesterday with Sebastian Janikowski from the Raiders. Ooh. The old man. Actually, he's young compared to me, but he's 40 years old, can still kick the football.
60 plus.
Say again?
I know for a fact he can kick 60 plus.
He kicked a 63-yarder. Granted, it was in Denver. Granted, it was 17 years ago. But he could do it. You know, those kickers, man, they can kick to like 90 and stuff. You know, so you get these guys, they're all fat and stuff. Morton Anderson, he was like this big, fat, pudgy old guy still kicking, footballs. Look at Vinatieri, man. That dude's ancient, and he's still kicking, footballs. So I would love to see him get Janikowski. I like that. Better than what's on the roster right now.
I would love Janikowski up here in Seattle.
That would be pretty cool.
So then, I mean, if you guys got Jake Elliott of your own, you guys could be nailing 61-yard game winners.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be interesting, but we will be playing in Denver, so maybe Janikowski could be on the field, kick another 63-yarder for old time's sake. Be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you are an Eagles fan.
Eagles fan.
correct? Who
Yeah.
happens to live
Born in
here.
Philadelphia. I've been living here since I was 5.
But you were an Eagles fan before that? Was it in the family?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And not really.
Well,
I was the only one born in Philadelphia. My mom was born in Virginia, and she grew up a Redskins fan, so me and her kind of like rivals.
oh, absolutely rivals. Redskins and Eagles for sure. But yeah, lucky for you, man. You know, to be an Eagles fan this past year. I know that was one of the best the best things that could have happened to the Philadelphia Eagles fan base. You know, and you got to enjoy the Seahawks run of success for the last 5 years. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, I gotta take a call real quick.
Well, I gotta go, and I'm gonna let you go and take that call. I'm gonna get to some other calls. So I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you for that optimistic 12-4 prediction. I'll take it. See if it comes true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, talk to you later. Go Hawks. All right, let's go to DJ in Cali. What's going on, DJ? What's new, man?
What's up?
Not too much. How's it going down there?
Good. I've been thinking a lot about the draft lately.
Yeah? And?
I want to either get my number one choice, I think, would be a cornerback.
Yeah, which one?
Josh Jackson out of Iowa.
Yeah? What do you like about him?
He's just like, he has really good ball skills and like on deep balls. I think he's a franchise cornerback.
What's he projected to go?
He's projected to go around 18, around 15 to 20, 15 to 25 maybe. So in our range.
So the Seahawks could have a shot at getting this guy.
Yeah, he missed my birthday last week.
Oh, I know you got it. I'm working on. I haven't forgotten it yet. I'm making a video, but it's going to be sort of encompassing multiple dates, if you know what I mean. So I haven't forgotten. I got your stuff. I got something in the works. I was really busy last week. I was out of town traveling and stuff, so I couldn't put something together last week.
I was in Mexico last week, so that's why I couldn't call in.
Oh yeah. What? You couldn't call in from me? Just pay the international roaming charges, man. It's worth it. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I just was flying on a plane.
I got you. No problem. Okay. Where in Mexico did you go?
Cabo.
Cabo. Yeah, everybody goes to Cabo. Was that your spring break trip?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm a 14-year-old now, and I mean, like, the Josh Jackson train went a little down today because they signed Dante Johnson from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Dante Johnson, and he's pretty good. And then they got, I think they could get maybe they could get a Isaiah Wynn. Maybe he's a guard out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He's good. But I mean, like, I wouldn't mind if we traded down.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't mind because this draft class is really deep.
It's pretty deep. Deep, I think, in the positions that we need. So I think it'd be very tempting for them to draft down. Not to mention they haven't done so hot last couple of years in their first-round picks.
How badly do you want a running back?
Yeah. Although, actually, I take that back. Last year, Seattle could have had a number of great first-round players. Instead, they moved back, and then they completely blew their first pick. But I think of who the guys they could have gotten.
That was a disaster.
That was more than, I mean, it is as disastrous as you can. You might as well just flush the first round, your first pick down the toilet. I mean, that's basically what it was worth. It's just like, hey, for the Seahawks in the first round, or their first pick in the NFL draft, select the toilet and just flush it down the toilet. That's basically what it's been worth. Absolutely zero. They could have had Cam Robinson. They could have had Cam Robinson, probably Buda Baker, who I was hoping for. The other Kevin King, I was rooting for. All those guys, all three of those guys, I was kind of hoping for. They instead, whoosh, whoosh, all went by. Here we are, looking for holes to fill. So anyway,
for those holes. Yeah, I think, or we could get a tight end. There's adding anything at this point except for what on the thumbnail it said Russell Wilson trade. Do you think that's true? Because there's all these quarterbacks they're scouting.
I don't know. That's the story. That's the talk. I'm just adding ridiculous fuel to the fire.
It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I wouldn't say it's not unfeasible, that it could happen, in the sense that I think a year and a half, 2 years ago, the thought of us trading Richard Sherman was probably the most craziest idea ever. And look, that happened.
Yeah,
and so a lot of people thought he was untouchable. So I think it just goes to show that anybody, if the situation is right, or the price is right, or the price is wrong, anybody could be moved. So you just never know. It all depends on what the team, those in charge, feel like their priorities are. If some point someone decides they want to drop back 6'4" quarterback system and not the Russell Wilson scrambling around system, that could change. It could happen. I think that'd be crazy, but it could happen if suddenly the powers that be change out. And at some point, Pete Carroll's going to be not coaching anymore. That dude is getting up there in age. He ain't going to be around forever.
Belichick.
Yeah. The Patriots, they're hanging on to their final, their final ride into the sunset is close. But we'll see what happens. But
2 years is the final of the years, I think, and then. Well, talk to you later, man.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We'll talk soon, man. Go Hawks.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Cody over in Bonnie Lake. Cody, what's happening, man?
How's it going, Norb?
It's going pretty good. What you got for me?
So we were talking about the mock draft, and I heard another call was talking about taking Josh Jackson.
Yep.
And I've heard reports about him that he's getting compared to Richard Sherman, which it'd be nice to get him at the 18th pick because he's projected around that 16 to 20 area.
Yep.
But if we don't get Josh Jackson, I think Marcus Davenport from UTSA would be the perfect fit, the replacement for Michael Bennett, and a nice addition with Frank Clark.
Do you a pass rusher?
Yeah.
Now the cornerback, Josh Jackson. What can you tell me about him? Is he what's he built? What's he built like? Is he built like a Sherman? Kind of long.
Yeah, I think he's 6'2", 6'3", and about 190.
Yeah, that's about all right. He's pretty light, pretty slight, but 6'3".
Yeah.
I think Sherman was around.
No, my bad. He's 6'1", 192.
6'1", 190. Okay, all right. Well, he's still pretty slight.
Yeah.
6'1", not quite as tall as Sherman. I think Sherman was like 6'3", I want to say. He was a pretty tall guy, but not quite as tall as that. But, still pretty big. So,
yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm going to be doing some hardcore draft analysis in preparation for next week before I do my own little draft breakdown before the draft. Can't believe it's in 2 weeks already. Seemed like it was a long ways away.
I know.
We are 2 weeks away. This whole year is flying by already. Practically through April. It's crazy. But all that means is football comes even quicker, so happy about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, and then you were mentioning Janikowski.
Yeah.
So I was just looking this up. He was drafted in the first round in 2000.
Yes. The Raiders picked him up first round.
Overall pick.
Yep, first rounder. It's crazy. But, the guy has had a leg. He's old, but I think if any position outside of quarterback, kickers can go a long time.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, so
yeah,
I would not mind Snyder and Carroll signing him.
I looked at his stats. I believe in his last year that he played, he was still pretty solid. He was like 80-something%, 90-something% on extra points. 80-something for field goals. Not bad.
Look at Vinatieri's numbers. He's 45, pretty much the same age as Janikowski. I think Janikowski's a little bit younger, but they're consistent for 15+ years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's solid. That would be. I would feel really good about that. 80%. That means he's making 4 out of 5 field goals at least, and 9 out of 10 extra points. I would have killed for that. We would have been in the playoffs if we'd had that last year.
Definitely beat Atlanta and Arizona. But I think
and
John
Redskins
Gruden,
and the Redskins
and Redskins, yeah. But I think John Gruden, he's just kind of, I wouldn't say sweeping house with Oakland because they got rid of Marquette King, but I think he just wants to go back to what he did when he was the coach in the 2000 era.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly how that'll work in this generation, but I'm sure he'll try it just because that's his coaching style.
Yeah. Well, I think just like when Pete Carroll came over here, man, they made a record number of transactions, moving all kinds of, guys in and out. And I think most coaches like to kind of put their new stamp on things when they're coming in. And Gruden's got a lot to prove with him coming back from coaching after, how long has it been? Like 10 years or something like that since he coached last?
I think 2003.
Well, 2003 was when he won. Super Bowl was 2002 or 2003. He won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. But then I think he coached for a few more after that before he retired. So I think it was around 10 or 11 years, something like that. But anyway, so he's got to come back. A lot of pressure on him to do something. But they did keep Beast Mode around. I saw they extended him for another year. So that means finally we may actually see Beast Mode go against the Seahawks in that London game.
And they picked up Doug Martin, too.
Doug Martin, which he's a pretty darn good receiver too. So yeah, we may be facing the likes of them when we play in London. So
in London, yeah.
And I will be at that game, hopefully streaming from the brand new stadium that they're still building over there. It's gonna be an awesome trip. So I'm looking forward to watching football in London for the first time to see my Seahawks take on the Raiders. That'll be a blast. Hopefully we win that game too. But looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. So. All right, man. Well, good stuff. I can't wait to get into the draft and start checking out some of these guys you guys are bringing up. It's going to be real interesting to see if the Seahawks do anything close to what we're hoping they'll do. Hopefully, something better than last year. Can't go much worse than what happened last year. So, we'll see.
I think.
All right, man. Take it easy. Go Hawks. All right. Well, look at this. I got the queue. One last call in the queue, which is perfect because I'm down like my last 5 minutes before I got to go. So let me go to, I believe it's Tyler way all the way over in Tennessee. Is that right? Do I got Tyler on the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler, what's going on?
Hey, man. I was just asking a question about the Russell Wilson thing.
Yeah, about
trading him.
The trade, yeah.
What, are they trading him or something?
No, there's no trade happening right now. I think it's just simply there's rumor that maybe there's questions as to whether they feel is there potentially the Seahawks looking to potential quarterbacks just because in 2 years his contract will be up, and the fact that the GM was scouting out some of these new quarterbacks coming out in this year's draft class got the Russell Wilson people a little bit curious as to why they would be scouting out quarterbacks when they have a franchise quarterback right there. So,
I just wonder. I mean, I didn't know if he's still going to be a quarterback or not. Because, I mean, is he still going to be a quarterback or no?
I don't think we're going to be drafting anybody high at the quarterback position. However, we do need to get a backup in here still, since we lost our.
No, I was asking. Is Wes Wilson still going to be a quarterback?
Oh yeah. He's still our quarterback. He's on the roster for at least he's under club control for the next 2 years. So yeah, he's not going anywhere. Unless the Seahawks shock everybody and move him. But yeah, right now he's not going to. He's not moving any place right now. But it's plenty of other positions they got to fill. This is more speculation about 2 years down the line. Is there a possibility of them going a different direction? I don't see it happening though. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm still kind of mad about Richard Sherman leaving.
Yeah, you upset at the Seahawks for letting him go?
Yeah, I mean, me and my mom are wanting Michael Bennett to leave because all that stuff he started, but. We didn't want Richard Sherman to leave.
Yeah, I didn't want him to leave. Certainly none of us would have believed he'd leave a couple of years ago. But the more I started seeing the writing on the wall, the more I saw the cap situation, weighing his age and all that stuff. I could see why the Seahawks were going to go do that move that they eventually did. But I guess the other part of it, too, is if it's true that Richard Sherman said that he went back to the Seahawks after he got the offer from the 49ers and said, hey, here's what they're giving me, which is a very 49er-friendly deal. Do you want to match that, Seahawks? The Seahawks supposedly said no. So to me, that means it wasn't about a financial thing. Maybe they really were done with Richard Sherman for whatever reason, whether it was his attitude, whether it was his starting stuff, getting in the faces of coaches on the sidelines, kind of rolling his eyes at Pete Carroll during his rah-rah speeches in the locker room. It could have been any number of things. But, that's...
Okay, and when is the draft for the Seattle?
Well, the draft starts in 2 weeks. I believe it starts on Thursday. A week from tomorrow, I believe, is when the draft... is that right? Or 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe. And Seattle is picking in the first round at number 18. So that's what we'll be watching for in that opening night of the draft. It's going to be a very exciting draft this year. Seahawks got to make some good moves for sure.
So that means the draft is next Thursday?
I think I meant a week from Thursday. A week from Thursday. So in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be tuning in. It's going to be on TV. It's going to be carried on a regular broadcast channel network as well. So it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be fun to watch for sure. All right, man, I got to cut this off because I got to get going. But thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Take care, Tyler. All right, go Hawks. All right, this is my last call. I'm going to go to the 509. What's up? Who's this and where you calling from?
Afternoon, Norb. It is Patrick from Spokane.
Hey, Patrick. What's going on? It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, good to hear another day off from night shift at good old Applebee's, and I love how my notification comes up on there and you're alive. I'm
glad you're subscribed and notified. That's awesome. So I missed you the other weekend when we were in Spokane. Got to see Anita, but didn't get to see you out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw some of your Instagram posts. I was like, oh, wow, so the volleyball stuff's at the convention downtown. I didn't know that stuff. I thought it was going to be, I guess, at one of the schools or something. But
it was spread out.
Anyways.
It was at Convention Center and at Eastern Washington University. Spread out. It was amazing.
Gotcha.
Tons of games going on.
At least the snow was already gone by the time you got here.
Well, there was no snow in Spokane, but man, on the way back, the snow.
Oh yeah, I heard on the way back this past weekend it was crazy.
Yeah, well, we hit the blizzard coming over the pass, and we were driving through some crazy snow, and we saw a couple of overturned cars on the side of the road. A pregnant woman got killed actually when their car overturned. So we drove right by that situation. Yeah, it was unfortunate, and it was like the last snow. I think after that it cleared up after a couple days later. But yeah. That is unfortunate. Well, glad you and your family made it safely. Yeah.
Anyways, the Seahawks and this whole, your main topic, Russell possible trade. It's just the hearsay and stuff because of Russell's camp, all jealous about them looking in on Josh Allen and Darnold and stuff, and then of course it just snowballs from there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does make you think, though, about, what's going to happen when, 2 years comes around and Russell Wilson's contract does come up, because the quarterback contracts are just getting crazy out of control. And, it's going to be upwards of $30 million by the time they start renegotiating Russell's contract. And, it's going to be a lot of resources having to be, spent there to keep him on. And, the other interesting aspect to that is that I believe Mark Rogers is the name of the agent who represents Russell Wilson, and he is basically his only client. So unlike some agents who represent multiple players, they have to sometimes kind of play friendly because they go, we got this guy, but I want to make sure that we have this guy involved, so maybe let's play nice and, I'll give you a little bit of this, he can work a little bit of that. But when he's his only guy, he can just basically go all in on getting Russell the most money from the team that's courting him. So, it'll be interesting to see what the play is.
Can't even imagine another quarterback at the helm. It's just like, no, it's just cemented in your mind. I just got the Russell Wilson salute to service jersey. Got that for half off, so that was nice.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine either. Russell Wilson playing for another team.
Yeah, I'm just more worried about the backup quarterback and what we're going to do there. If Austin Davis come back, that's a good topic we haven't really touched on about backup quarterback and after Trevon's gone.
Yeah, no, I would think Austin Davis would be the next logical guy to fill that role, because he was kind of the main backup guy at that position. It's not a real exciting, sexy position. I don't know if he was really more solid than Trevon Boykin. I think he was kind of number 2 on the chart because he wasn't not as explosive.
Yeah, he was
I think
consistent, mistake free. Less turnovers and not as risky.
Yeah, more
Austin
solid
Davis
at that position, and the guy that he may not go and win you a bunch of games, being the hero, but I think he won't lose you a bunch of games either in a close, in a close game. So. Yeah, hopefully we won't have to talk about it. We did have to. Have never yet dealt with Russell Wilson having missed a game, despite that year, 2 years ago, when he had the ankle and the knee, managed to somehow still get on the field. So, hopefully he stays protected enough that he doesn't get under too much attack.
Yeah, every time I see him get crunched, I get worried. Of course. Then last year there was where he got really whacked and then he went under the tent and then he just. Oh, I'm going under the tent. No, I'm just going to go back on the field.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah, I think we ended up getting fined for that, but it's just the team paying money. It's just it's just
chump change for Paul Allen.
Paul Allen going into his pocket. How much is that? $250,000. Okay, hold on a second. Let me check my wallet. Yeah, here you go. There you go. So yeah, not a big deal, but I'm glad they kept him in, because we probably would not have if he did clear concussion protocol. Probably would have lost a few more games. Although in the end, we never made the playoffs anyway. So, maybe in the end, if he had missed some games and we'd lost a few more, we'd have a number 16 draft pick. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But yeah, they just need to keep Wilson upright. I don't know. I feel like they're going to be better this year offensively in the run game. I just think it's going to be. We can't be much worse. Than
that's what I'm really excited to see, is the offense under the new coordinators and staff and seeing these different wrinkles and featuring Lockett and Baldwin without feeding Jimmy Graham, and seeing Nick Vannett step up, or if we draft a tight end or what have you. But yeah, defensively, of course, I don't see how we don't take a step back.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a bit of a step back. We saw that already last year after we lost Chancellor and Averill and Sherman, and then even when Wagner was out. Of course, that's a lot of guys right there of all pros, all going down at the same time. That's a lot to overcome. So I like to think that we shore up those positions now with the draft and then a lot of these free agent pickups. We won't be as caught off guard and disarmed as we were last year defensively. So we already went through a little bit of that and saw what we were.
Correct. They have more experience. Jerron Johnson should be stepping up. Frank Clark is looking for a payday, and I think defensive line will be fine. We'll just see if I'm excited about the new LOB for sure. And if we get, like you said, if we get Shaquem Griffin, if he falls to us, it's why not take him?
Yeah. It'd be definitely a feel-good story on top of the fact that we get a really good player. So I think that'd be really awesome to see. But yeah, at the end of the secondary, the other thing people don't talk too much about, everyone gets so hung up on free agent pickups and draft choices, but people forget we got a bunch of guys who we drafted last year who we just haven't seen a lot out of yet in that secondary, who have still wanting to see if they can take that next step. Just like Sherman, had to step and kind of rise up to that role. Bobby Wagner wasn't just suddenly, he was a third round pick who had to kind of work his way up. So a lot of these guys were no-namers when they first, came in, and then they kind of worked their way up. So maybe some of these guys we already have on the roster are stars to be born yet, So I'm leaving some hope there.
Yeah, and then the signing of Dante Jones from the 49ers, I was just looking him up a little bit. Yeah, he's 6'2", 200 pounds. Started all 16 games last year, was benched in a game against the Texans for blown coverage, and I don't know, just probably 49ers being the 49ers and making a move during the game. And yeah, he had a pick six. It was a 50-yard pick six, though. That's nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
And yeah, just looking up on him and secondary, and I'm just excited to go through the draft, and then and when you have your show, when we have the show back up on after the draft, that's what I'm really looking forward to. Just diving into these new players and how it's going to work with the team.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot to be excited about, and the fact that we got all these new coaches. Every time you're wiping the slate clean, there's always that excitement of something new, something different. You know, it's just going to be not what it's been for the last several years. So, and then you just hope it's something different, good, and not something different, bad, because, you know, you can technically get worse in some of these positions, coaches in particular. So let's just hope that we have these coaches will be an upgrade for us, and that the new systems will fit our players. You know, we'll find out, yes, a few months. So it's going to be fun. But next up, draft. So
exactly.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, well, I'll let you go. And since you had only had a couple calls left or what have you, and you got to go and wrap it up, so no problem.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, Patrick, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you again, Norb, and of course, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Love it. All right. Well, that's it, folks. That is the end of my show. I appreciate you guys, for those of you who called in and for those of you who participated in the chat, and just for those of you guys who've been watching. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. So if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. You can also hit that notification bell right next to it, and that will get you on every time I'm on. You'll know that I'm on. So that's it. Just a quick reminder, I got Hawk Fest 2018 coming up, as you can see right here, over at Emerald Downs on Saturday, May 19th. It's a free event with donations encouraged, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to be on stage jamming with the band, and we're going to have some fun entertainment, great stuff for the kids, and it's all a fundraiser to raise money for our charity 12s Helping 12s to help folks in need around the Pacific Northwest and beyond. All right, that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks again, and go Hawks.